Right guys, hang on a second. Give me confirmation if you can hear me. Are you hearing audio okay? Brainplout says yes. As far as the schedule goes, Brainplout, the only person that can answer that really is Brian Redback, but he's probably in bed now because he's obviously about 9 hours in front of us. So it's the middle of the night for him, coming up to dawn. So he would be the one that would put the tournaments on. Maybe he's forgot to do it, maybe he's ill. Oh, he is there. Oh well. But maybe he just plain forgot. Right, welcome everybody. Welcome back to VP4TV. Hopefully I'm loud and clear. We have a match tonight. We do have the players in the lobby. Rabih, as I'm going to call him from here on in, is sitting in the chat. And I think when I checked earlier on, Kristjan's in away mode, so they're both here. My voice is in voice mode. It's using the enhanced thing in voice mode, but it's to get rid of the background buzzing. You might hear a little, what do you call it? Not echo, but anyway, it's better than the background buzzing. And I went through a tutorial this afternoon watching the videos on voice mode to get it all set up, so it should be working. I.e., if Steve goes into Discord, he should hear me okay, and you should hear him. And if you don't, then tough. Right, we do have another match tonight as well, which has appeared on the schedule in the last hour or two. It's between Popman and Albinario. It starts at 9 o'clock GMT. This match that we're going to watch may well not be over by then. It could be a long one, but Slim, I believe, is working on covering that match. So if you want to join Slim's channel, you know how to find him on Twitch. Just type in One Pocket Slim, or if you're already a subscriber to him, which you should be, he will appear on the left-hand side on Twitch, and you'll be able to go in and watch the stream there. I don't know whether Steve will be around to maybe join the commentary in that one. I'll watch the start of the match, but then I'm heading to bed. What time is it? We're about 2 minutes away. Let's just bring up the 10 ball. So we have this match, which is a round 2 match. Albinario and Popman, it's definitely a round 2 match. I think this is the last of the. No, tell a lie. It will be a round 2 match, because I think all of these other guys get buys pretty much. We've got Fast Eddie and Spectre Dawn coming up Thursday, and next Sunday or Saturday night, my time, midnight, which is obviously Sunday morning, you'll have Spudboy and Bullabog or Paul. I won't be there for that, obviously, because that's a working day. The next day I'll be long gone in my bed that time. But I will be here for Cobra Bankster on Tuesday, because I finish my work on Tuesday. That's me on the start of my days off, so I'll be there for that one. And I'll also be there for Fast Eddie Spectre Dawn on Thursday, and that's about it. So let's get ready for this room going up. Have you found out where his Eric comes from? Right, the room is up. Let's get in. I'm going to do a quick tab. I'm probably wasting my time. He's maybe out golfing today because he didn't go out golfing the other day because of the rain. Yeah, no sign of him there. Singapore, well, he's at least, again, 7-8 hours in front of the UK. So we've got Kristjan on the right-hand side, Rabih on the left. Now, if you go by the ratings, Rabih should win this. Now, that's a pretty good lag from both of them, but Kristjan's going to win it. He's absolutely nailed the lag. And again, if Eric has seen his proposal and he didn't like the proposal, then he should send a counter proposal. He should send one back to you. And this is why, you know, when you have a match, you should send proposals immediately. You know, even though the deadline date is maybe a week away, you need to get proposals in early, because that way you can resolve any issues about what day would suit you because of the time zone, maybe a day off work or whatever. It's always better to get things organised sooner rather than leaving it to the last 2 days where then you've got a problem. Maybe somebody's going away for a couple of days and you won't be around. So Rabih with the first chance here. Now this 3-ball needs to play it dead weight just to stop the 3-ball going anywhere. Good afternoon to Run Out Rob. So it has gone out of line. I don't know whether that's a bit narrow to try the kick, because the line you want to take is on that jaw, so he's going to have to spin this in. It ain't going to go direct to it. You know, the jaw is in the way of the line. This is the wrong side of the 5 for a start. But he'll take some of that 10-ball and he'll be able to certainly cut the 6. So he doesn't want to hit this too hard. Well, that's the question everybody asks whenever there's a tournament that stubs in. When's he going to play? When's he ever going to get round to playing? Like I say, this could be a long match. I think both players aren't at the level you've been used to seeing with a lot of these matches. Now, without doing anything crazy, whoever pots the 5 and the 6, they've got a perfectly reasonable 7-9 combo sitting there, so there's no need to do any breakout. Not really. In fact, while they're messing about here, I'm just going to tab to the bracket for a second and have a look. I'm pretty certain this is these guys' first match, is it not? Where are they in the bracket? Goodness me. Oh, there we are. Well, Kristjan actually got a bye in the first round because El Matador didn't show. And Rabih had a bye. So Kristjan actually is through by the forfeit. So none of them have played yet. Meanwhile, how long does the lead last? 20 odd weeks, Coldest Pillow. It tells you on the league page, I think it's like 21 weeks or 20 weeks, and then there's the final is the playoff week with the top 2 teams going through to have the decider and who actually wins the event on the final Saturday. So here's the combo. You'll play 3 matches. Each team can have a maximum of 6 players in the team. But on the night, there's only going to be 3 players in each team. So you'll play 3 matches every week. Guaranteed. When do league matches play? They play on a Saturday, starting the 13th of January. But in terms of convenience for those from the USA, it's starting at it's noon on a Saturday if you're East Coast. It's starting at 5 p.m. GMT. Good evening to Potman. You shouldn't be in here, Potman. You should be getting as much practice in as you can. Getting ready for Albinario. Good luck. And that's popped straight off the table. So, a gift in the end for Kristjan. Got your hands full with a pup. I wouldn't call Albinario a pup. More like an old bitch. An old bitch. Right, so Kristjan, first off the mark, by way of a gift from Rabih. Well, Potman, I'm giving you a target, right? Your target is to get at least 8 racks. Keep numptiness down to a minimum. And your target is to get at least 8 racks off him. You're more than capable of doing that. If you play sensible, bury him when you don't have a really good shot, bury him. Give him problems. Don't make it easy for him. That's the biggest mistake that happens far too often. Don't make it easy for him. Make it hard for him. Know when to go for a shot and when to back off it. So, it's not an echo, Spud Boy. It's just a different sound. It's a virtual audio device as opposed to my normal sound card. And maybe it's because you've been used to it being so bad that listening to something that's a bit clearer might be off-putting. Anyway, welcome. Good afternoon, or good evening, or whatever time of day it is. Now I'm on good voice at the moment. I'll go for better mic. That's it on better mic now. No, there isn't any snow here. There was forecast for snow in the southeast of England overnight. Oh, you like that one better? That's good.
So you like better mic better, but you don't like this one. The Barry White one. Wonder how much of this you can stand. Right, so let's just
see that goes on. Right, that's it, back to the better mic. Right, where are we going in this match? Still in rack number 2, we've got the 9-ball hidden behind the 7 up top. Let's have a look at that. Well, the 7 isn't going anywhere there, and really neither's the 6-ball either, unless you come down in the short side. So there's a mess up top. I sound like I'm 30. Well, thanks very much. It's just a pity that I'm almost 60. Yeah, these racks could end up a lot like this, where players are struggling for position, they're struggling for potting, and therefore the racks can get lengthy. This certainly is beginning to look already that it's going to take me well into my bedtime. No, as a matter of fact, I've not seen anything of it today. Who was playing today? I forgot about it. And in actual fact, it would have been pointless anyway, because I fell asleep when I got home. I had something to eat and fell asleep. I was watching a Western film. I can't remember what it was called. And I never saw the end of it because I fell asleep in front of the telly. Brussels, oh, that would have been a good match, or at least it should have been. It wouldn't have been. There would have been much messing about in that. Look at Brussels and Jack Lazowski. That wouldn't have lasted a number of hours. Yang Anda, or Yang Anda, I think it is, against Sean Murphy. Yeah, I never. In actual fact, I don't think I switched the TV to BBC Two at all this afternoon when we got home. Well, what was the score? It's the first to 6 in the Masters. What was it, 6-2, 6-1? That's the thing with Jack Lazowski. You know, he'll have a good match like that, and then he's a pile of shit in the next match. You just cannot find that tournament winning level of consistency. Well, this 9-ball is tight. No, it's not that bad. Not what he is now. So Rabih just needs to bring the cue ball down the table, let the angle do the work. He's hit it short. I mean, let's be honest, he could have been down. He could have been down here. He could have let that run a lot more. So it's just a little cut back. Well, there you go. That's what happens, you know. Stating the obvious, you know, you've got all that room to get down here and just drop it into the side, rather than having to leave a tricky little cut. And again, another, well, rack number 2's ended up in another gift for Kristjan. So Kristjan doesn't really need to do nothing in this match. He just needs to wait on Rabih doing all the hard work and then messing up the last ball. And so 2 gifts in a row for Kristjan. In fact, I know what that deserves. I know what that deserves. Where did I find it? That deserves one of them. If I can find it. That's what that deserved. Well, it's going to be a funny night if all the racks end up the way the first two have gone. Really funny. This time it's Kristjan at the table. Now, he needs to just get a hold of that cue ball, which he's done, but he might have got a hold of it too much. No, he's caught the point. No, he's gone in. And so Rabih now most occasions you would say wide open table, you've got to get out. Now if this keeps rolling like that, then he can just do a little catch on the cue ball here, just to kill it, stop it going away, and that'll do it. And now the other thing is, he doesn't want to go behind a 9. So if he's going to go forward, he wants to go forward, short rail, long rail, or dink it like that, and he's dead straight. So now it's a test of getting hold of the cue ball and sitting reasonably good in this 7. Is he trying to go forward? No, he's held it well, got the stun draw working. That was well controlled. Are you asking me if I've shopped in Waitrose? There's not a Waitrose near me. The nearest Waitrose is in Glasgow, and I've never been in a Waitrose store. Is that not the posh store, the posh supermarket for middle class people, I think? I certainly know that there's one Waitrose in Glasgow. I think it's in Glasgow South Side, but no, I've never been near one, never been in one. And you know something else? I'll never be in one. Well, Marks and Spencer's is expensive enough. So Rabih is going to get off the mark here, unless he does something really drastic with this 10 ball. So we've been playing 20 minutes and that's 3 racks on the board. £4 for a bottle of orange juice. That's expensive, that, is it not? So the foul by Kristjan. Rabih now, I believe. I think you get a choice after a foul, don't you? I can't remember. Or is it ball in hand? It's ball in hand. And this is another good table to run out on. It must be pure orange juice then, because a lot of the cheaper orange juice is from concentrate. That's 2 different things, isn't it? That's where you get the cheaper orange juice, when it's made from concentrate. Good evening to Semi-Pro. I wouldn't anticipate a classic match here with the greatest of respect to the two guys that are playing, because what we've seen so far doesn't it doesn't look like it's going to be anything like that. A reminder to any latecomers, we've actually got another match on tonight, one that was scheduled maybe in the last couple of hours or so, between Albinario and Popman. And that will go ahead at 9 o'clock GMT. That will be 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. And One Pocket Slim should be around to cover that match. It just starts too late for me. Obviously, being a work day tomorrow, there's no way I'm hanging around. No, I would think groceries are a fair bit cheaper than what we would pay pound for pound or dollar for dollar. I bet if you went to a McDonald's or whatever in the States, it'd be a lot cheaper than what you would pay over here. I went to. Good evening to Mark. I can't remember what I was doing I went down to the retail part a few months ago, which is a rarity. I can't remember why I was down there, but I was hungry, so I went to, not McDonald's, what's the name of the other one? Burger King. I went into Burger King and I had a meal, which was again, I can't remember the burger I had, but it was a double-decker thing. And I had that with a drink and some French fries, as the Americans call them. And I'm sure that cost me £7 odd. Now, if you then say that it was like, would that, if you got that in the States, would that work out like $10 to buy that? I'm sure it'd be a lot cheaper. Well, Steve's good at eating. He's bound to know. I'll ask Steve the next time. So we're all square, 2 racks apiece. $40 nuts. Oh no, Steve isn't making any money in VP4. He made all his money years ago. He didn't bring out VP4 to make money. It's cost him money to do it. Good evening to Quagmire. You get fast food about 5 times a year. Well, I'm the exact opposite of that. I have a Chinese once a week, and I've been having Chinese once a week for what? Probably, let me just think, about 45 years or more. I've been having a Chinese every week. I've had literally everything off the menu. Oh yeah, I'm definitely into those numbers, Brainful Out. I can guarantee you that. I actually had 2 in one day at one time. That was when I was going to the Celtic games. We had where did we stop? We were going to, where were we going to? We were going to Aberdeen. So it's an early start going to Aberdeen, and I had one on the way up. We stopped off at some place, I can't remember, but I had one. And then I won the sweep on the bus. You put £1 in for the sweep. I don't know whether it was who scored the first goal, and I won the sweep. So when we stopped on the way back home, I had another one. So I had two in the space of about 6 hours. So my winnings didn't last me long. Right, combo in the 8 ball. Looks pretty good setup here. Well, it wiped its feet. It's gone in, and the 7 ball stayed in play. Now, I think you've got to just focus fully on the pot of this and don't hit it too hard, because you'll still stay in the table, but don't go to the right. That's the one thing you can't do. If you start travelling up the table going to the right, you're in danger of the scratch, and you're also in danger of blocking yourself off. A bit like that. Just like that. Commentator's eye. Well, I always have chicken and cheese rolls. They do chicken and cheese rolls in my local Chinese. You know, the chicken and cheese rolls aren't, they're not as big as what we call a spring roll, which is with the bean shoots and that in it, and char siu, bits of char siu in it. Chicken and cheese rolls are exactly what they are. They've got well, I think they add certain things to the menu that suits the European palate a bit better. You know, they do a European menu where you can get banana fritters and that sort of thing. Chicken Maryland's nice. But the chicken and cheese rolls are little bits of chicken breast with cheese wrapped up in the little sort of thin batter, and you get about 6 of them. Oh, they're very nice. They're a very nice appetizer, so they are. They also do, in my local Chinese one, they do a crispy chicken in cream and cheese sauce with mushrooms in it. It's beautiful. You get two big chicken breasts in a crispy batter, and then they hack it through into slices with the machete that they use, or the big cleaver, and then they give you a tub of cream cheese sauce with mushroom slices in it, and then I have that on top of my fried rice. Very nice. Well, who hasn't had a special curry, Mark? You get the king prawns and everything in it, char siu in it. So, Rabih's into the lead, 3 racks to 2. Now, what's he going to do here? He's calling the 9. Well, this will do well to go in. Now, what's he playing? Is he playing the billiard, or are they playing the... Yeah, he's playing the billiard. That's well done. Very well done. Could have done with having some sort of shot in the 1 ball, but he can chip off this 1 and bury Kristjan behind that 7. Why is he not doing that? He can easily push that 1 ball across the table and stick the cue ball behind the 7 and 3. This is the easiest shot in the world. And that's just no good. I mean, why he didn't see that? See, this is what puzzles me about players. You know, why he didn't see that shot has got me baffled. No, I don't. I'm not a lover of Indian food. Not really. I've had the odd one, but no. I'll go back to a good traditional Scottish Chinese meal. That's what you want. Mind you, having said that, my local Indian, where I do, good evening to Cobra, I do occasionally order, because they do a lot of European stuff in my local Indian takeaway, and I get sometimes I just order a large burger meal. The large burger meal's beautiful. I mean, they do two great big beef patties done on the char grill thing. Oh, it's huge. This burger's huge, so it is. And then you get whatever topping you want in it. You get some fries with it and something to drink. But they also do haggis spring rolls. They do pizzas also where you can have haggis on them as well as part of the topping. So again, they're catering for the local palate as well. That's one thing I would love to. I would love to go to China for an authentic Chinese meal. You know, things with crickets in it, and snake and all that sort of stuff. I would love to have something like that. Proper Chinese food. Now, of course, you know why the Chinese are known for eating sort of basically anything, and it was all to do with the Chairman Mao when the people were starving. That's why they ended up eating virtually everything, cooking everything. You know, when you're desperate for food, you'll try anything, and the Chinese certainly mastered that art. So we're all square again, 3 racks apiece. Ball in the break for Kristjan. Again, he's calling the bank when he really should be ducking up behind that 5 and 10 ball. No, he's called a safety. Oh, it's not worked out. He's left a combo. Now, this 1 ball could end up getting stuck behind the 9. If it just bumps the 2 and hits the 9, it'll stay there. Question is what's he going to do with the cue ball? Oh, in fact, it's caught the top of the 9, and now he's got nothing on. I mean, I suppose if you hit it to the far jaw, it would get into that top right-hand corner pocket, but it does go into the top left. And again, same thing. It's all of the pocket is there as long as you just trust the line. Well, again, I'd be overcutting that one. Overcut it, come in between the 10 and the 7. He's actually went for the pot. Well, there's just enough of that 1 ball showing there to catch it and get it in. But can he get the cue ball to come out of there? He's putting right English in this. This'll check it up. In fact, it was too deep in the pocket. You've tasted nothing till you've tasted a killie pie. It's nothing like those horrible mutton pies. That's what these Bell Scotch pies are. Mutton pies. They're rotten. You want to try a killie pie? That's where it's at. And the cue balls come back in the right direction. So, Rabih should be in the lead. Now, just a little dig into this to bring the cue ball across. No, that sounds very good. Steak and Stilton. Because I do like a strong cheese. I would really like one of them pies. I know I would. So I think it's just been one rack between these two guys so far. And even though at the beginning, when I looked at the ratings of the two of them, I would have stuck Rabih down as a favourite. Now, if he can pop this in and bump the 6, oh, he's missed the 6. Oh, has Eric has accepted then? I'll be at work, cold as pillow. I don't finish till 2 tomorrow, and then it'll be half an hour getting home. So good luck. Well, I don't know what an American pot pie is, but it's a killie pie, Killie, i.e. a Kilmarnock pie. That's the name of my town. It's got a puff pastry top on the pie, and it's got steak and gravy in it. It's not got mutton in it, it's got proper steak. Bloody delicious. Yeah, if you Google killie pie, you'll find the website. You'll find Brownings, the bakers. That's the name of the bakers that make them. Well, the thing, I mean, the local baker, Browning, also do a chicken curry pie. They're very nice. And they also do a steak and haggis pie. Yeah. Yeah, anything like that with peas and corn and carrots, green beans, and with maybe meat as well. That would be nice in a pie. Very nice. So Rabih now should be opening up the gap here. Absolutely no reason not to be. And again, you've got to be brave enough and just dig back the cue ball. You're going to come back past the side pocket. You're not going to scratch if you control this. And that'll do it. So finally, Rabih's opened up the gap. Well, I'll be honest with you, there's nothing springs to mind as what you would call a traditional Scottish dessert. Not really. I mean, I would have apple strudel and cream, or apple pie and custard as a dessert any day. Welcome to Wit.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool, nothing else.
We don't make mistakes here. We just have happy accidents.
What we've got here is failure to communicate. Some men you just can't reach.
Well, 3 ball looks tight. You like brains round things, Hugh. What the hell's that, Mark? You've got to give me a clue. Oh, faggots. Aye, I've had faggots. Yeah, I've had them. They're but the thing is, you've got to have, what do you, is it McBrain's faggots you mean? Is that what they're called? And when I got them, I realised there was a heck of a amount of gravy, and Mr. Brains, is it, or McBrains? But I have it with buttered bread, so that you can dip the bread in and cut a bit of the faggot and stick it on top of the bread and then shove it in your mouth. Lovely. Very nice. Now there's a cheap meal, and that's filling. They're not that expensive to buy a box of them. Yeah, I've had them on 2 or 3 occasions. In fact, now you've mentioned it, I might get a box next shop, because I haven't had them for a while. That just put me in the notion of getting them. Now that'll confuse all the Americans watching when we're talking about faggots. And there's nothing unpolitically correct about it at all. A faggot is a faggot. And they're delicious. And if you're wondering what it is, just go and Google it. Yeah, Mr. I. Rossi. Yeah, he's gone home. Yeah, but again, see, faggots, I'm betting that faggots came about as well, simply because, any offcuts of meat, a bit like haggis in that respect, any offcuts of meat and things that were left over, people couldn't afford to faggots, F-A-G-G-O-T-S. Back in the day, you couldn't afford to throw away offcuts of meat and stuff like that, so You know, you'd throw it all together and come up with something worth eating. Add a bit of spices and things to it, and something to gel it together, and you've got a faggot. And it's cheap to make. Nick Sana was in the, or Nick as he was called, he was in the snooker World Championship. He played quite well from what I remember. Yeah, that's how you spell it. F-A-G-F-A-G-G-O-T-S. Faggots. Well, this could be a very long night. That's what, nearly 50 minutes. And we've only played 8 racks. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I'll be back in a minute. I'm just going to go and put the heating off, because it's getting a bit warm. Even though it is below freezing outside, I'm just going to nip it off and go with the heat that's left in the house before I go to bed. I don't want to be boiling. Back in a minute. Right, I'm back. Right, so we're just playing about with this 5 ball until an opportunity comes up. Well, don't forget, if you haven't played enough matches in a particular game type and you're in a tournament, you'll be given a sort of overall rating as your rating for that particular game, if you know what I mean. So this 2-1-2-4 might be a bit false. Well, Kristjan's got his chance now. Now this needs to go past that 7. Oh, has it got there? Yes, it has. Now, let's see if he can hold himself together to put this rack to bed. Now he's got to, I don't know whether he can roll this in and hold it. I think he can. I think he can dink it in and hold it, but he's trying to get back into the table. Has it got the legs? Now he's got a problem. He needs to keep going. Well, yeah, you've got to get the spin on it. You've got to get across and avoid the scratch. But he had to hit it a lot harder than that, though. Or a lot softer, one of the two. So the bank up and down. Is it going to get there? I think it is. It was well played and a very nice pace also. So, how long is that? Let me have a quick look. How long have they got? Where the hell is Stubb on this bloody thing? Now, Jose did send a proposal to him, but that was a while ago. So there's still nothing happening there. Now, they've got until the 12th, so there's a few days left yet for them to get it played. I mean, I was actually there when Stubb was talking in the lobby and Jose asked him, when do you want to play our match? And of course, Stubb doesn't give you a straight answer. He doesn't respond to a question. You know, he just plucks something out of the blue and types it. But it's got nothing to do with answering your question, and that's basically how that conversation went. Jose got no answer from him at all. And the two of them were in the lobby at that time. Maybe Stubb's a bit like, maybe he's a bit like Dustin Hoffman in Rain Man. Maybe he lives in his own little world and he's got communication. Well, he clearly has communication problems. I think we've all gathered that. So Rabih has a chance to restore his lead. Now this needs to stop up there. That'll do. If it slows up. Lots of comments being blocked here. Yeah, I'll tell you why. Did I put any block stuff in a long while ago when Stubb was in the channel? Maybe I did, and maybe it's still there. Well, put it another way, Cobra, who would want to live with him? Right, here's the shot to get on the 9-ball. The risk of the scratch, playing this, and the risk of hooking himself behind the tent. And has it got the legs? It's not bad. In fact, it's perfect. That was well played. Now, are you sure he hasn't escaped from the hospital, Cobra? He's just telling you what's at the hospital. I think I think he's a sort of day patient. I think he gets out for good behaviour in afternoons. So Rabih back to a 2-rack lead, 6 racks to 4, and suddenly a race to 17 seems an awful long way. And we're sort of, what, 5-6 minutes short of the hour. I told you this would take over 2 hours. So that's about an hour and 5 minutes away from Popman versus Albinario. And you can see the two. This is running away into the long grass. Now, problem is, if you try to go right with this, like that, you're going to run into the 5 or the 9, and that's a miscall, clearly. Yeah, whatever happened to Keck? Kristjan gets the cover. Now, let's see if Rabih calls a pocket here. I don't think he is. He's just going to have a blast at it. Biggest mistake you ever make is having a kick and not calling a pocket. And he's going to pay for it if this goes in. And then he's having to miscall. This is why you should always call a pocket if you're kicking. And he's doing it at last. When the cue ball's gone. So here's a test for Kristjan with ball in hand. He's going to come back the way for the 5 into the side. Or is he? No, he's not. Does it go past the 9? Well, it's tight. It's tight doing that. But he's cheated the pocket. Now, this needs a good firm stun. Or roll through like that if you're playing safe. Now he's going to catch the 10 and he's heading in the right direction. In fact, he didn't even catch the 10. That's even better. So now, I would just watch the pace. And that's perfect. That's well done. Couldn't have played it much better than that. Go back to within 1. But Rabih breaking in rack number 12. Right, I'm going to do a quick tab because I'm going to shut down Discord. Right, that's it gone. Well, good pot. Nice little bump in the 9. Now, this is dangerous because you are going to be running through. Now, the cue ball wants to go up towards the 10 and the 8. You've just got to hope you get a brush off something and you don't hook yourself. A bit like that. You don't do that. That was the problem. The commentator's eye says that cue ball was heading towards the 10 and the 8. So you have to make sure that you hit it hard enough that if you hit something, you're hitting it out the way. If you play it softish, you can end up doing that. If you hit it soft enough, as Cobra says, you finish short of the 10 ball and then you've got a simple shot in the 3. So he's playing the kick. He's called the 3 into the corner. And that's well done. Now it needs to slow up though. Now what does he do? Does he call the bank? Or does he run for cover? Because he's got a safety up table if he wants it. So it's all or nothing. But Kristjan's going to have a chance here. I think he's the wrong side of the 5 though. Yeah, but he's had a slam. See, that shot there was not played with any intent of getting on the 6. That was just a slam and let it run and hope. Yeah, you've got to call kicks and banks, really. I mean, to keep everybody happy, you should be calling. But I mean, you know, if you don't call the bank and it hits the tit in the pocket and it goes into one of the corner pockets, you're ending up having to miscall, obviously. Yeah, Cobra says used to be a banger. Well, Kristjan had a bit of a bang at that 5-ball. See, this is the thing. You bang at a ball, when you see a player banging at a ball like that and it misses so far, then, you know, he's not playing any intent to get on the 6. He just got lucky he got in the 6, but he was miles off of the 5. So sometimes players sort of end up at a loss for ideas on how to get to another ball, or the next ball, that is. You know, why didn't he look at that 5-ball and ask himself a couple of questions? I'm slightly the wrong side of this 5-ball. So what can I do to try and pot the 5 and hold the cue ball? Well, you have to dig in. You still might not be good in the 6, but at least you've played something with a bit more control. And if you're not that good in the 6, then you've still got an opportunity of playing a safe. Is raves still a thing? Are they still a popular thing, raves? I thought that was something that happened in the 80s and died a death not long after it started. A bit like punk. I have to say that the punk era came and gone, and I had no interest in it at all, apart from the fact the music was shit. So Rabih opens the gap again. Remember, I was talking about, I mentioned the other night there about, I'll tell you about the dream I had. I mentioned about David Soul passing away the other day there at 80 years old. I then had a dream, and I dreamt that Starsky and Hutch were coming back. But I dreamt that I was thinking up a new series for them. That's what I dreamt. And that rather, you know, obviously they had gone well past retirement age for being with the whatever, what was it? The LA police? Or was it new? Where the hell was it set? Was it set in LA? I can't remember. Anyway, so they retired, but they became private. They became a private detective team, and Huggy Bear was still their informant. So they brought them back as no, Paul Michael Glaser's still alive, but they brought them back as private detectives, a private detective agency, and Huggy Bear was still the informant. He still knew whatever was going on in the town. Captain Dobie is long since dead. He died probably, what, I don't know, 15, maybe 20 years ago now, I think. So Kristjan just needs to see the 5, but again, he's let the cue ball run too far. Randall and Hopkirk deceased, yes. I don't know who the other guy was, and in fact, I can't remember their names, but the one of them was the one that was in a couple of the Carry On films. He was in Carry On at Your Convenience. Carry On at Your Convenience. Car 54, where are you? That had the two of them that were in the Munsters in it. Fred Gwynn was in it, and the other one that played Grandpa was in it. Now, who are you asking that question to, Coldest Pillow? If you're asking me, of course, yes, I watched Father Ted. Yeah. I know what a cow looks like far away. I hear you're a racist now, Father. Oh dear, that was funny, that one. Where Father Ted puts a lampshade in his head and he turns to Dougal and he says, I am Chinese, if you please. And of course, when he takes it off, there's a Chinese family standing at the window looking in. And then he tries to explain to Dougal, you see, but it's racist, he says. And then, of course, Dougal, not Dougal, Father Ted comes out the house, shuts the door, turns round, and then there's one of the old guys walking past the front door. And that's what he says. I hear you're a racist now, Father. Oh. But that was quite surreal, that programme. You know, you get Father Jack, who barely had any lines to say in the whole series. He's seeing rabbits all around him. You've got Father Ted fantasising about kicking Bishop Brennan up the arse. Oh God. Yeah, that was a classic series, Father Ted. Right, well, Rabih should, within a minute, should be 3 racks in front here. Now, maybe he's going to pull away, try and win this match. But the break is right. No shot for Kristjan. Now, if I was pushing out, I'd be pushing out in between the 5 and 9. He's went for the kick. Well, he has left a cut on, but the cue ball's running nowhere near the 2 ball. This should be pushed up the table and use all these balls for cover here. That'll do it. Well, he's kicking at this, but I mean, I don't even think I would call a pocket with this. Bearing in mind that the 1 ball's got a very slim to 0 chance of getting in a hole. So, ball in hand to Rabih. And this is really the sort of stuff he should be doing, you know, just tie Kristjan up. Get yourself all these opportunities to try and run out, and then if you can't do it, then stick him in a hole again. Just bide your time. In your best Sean Connery voice, I prefer silk underwear than satin. Whatever turns you on, Mark. Well, just caught the back end of the 1, and this could end up very nice. That will do it. Is there enough room in the gap there? Oh, I don't think there is. I think I need 20 minutes before I get to a sort of Sean Connery thing. You know, I can't do it straight away. See, I can try, but it won't be much good. What was it I was supposed to say again? I forgot. Something about satin. In your blah 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 blah. I prefer silk underwear than satin. No, there isn't a Sean Connery. No, I haven't messed about with the voice mod tonight, Cobra, now that you've reminded me. I haven't messed about with it at all. There's no messing about now and again. Excuse me. Blame Cobra because he's the one that started. He started it.
And now back to the kill guy. Where they kill. And we'll have some of that. And blame Cobra. Nothing to do with me.
Stop. Where are you? Now I'm back on Better Mike. Was Better Mike the one that I had that was better, or was it the other one? I can't remember now. There's good voice in Better Mike. Not really. I went through them all. There's not really anything that sounds like him. Well, there's some. I mean, there's one that sounds like a Dalek. I just can't remember what it's called. You know, you could do exterminate, exterminate. You will be exterminated. You could do that. But it would take me 20 minutes to find it. There's loads and loads of voices. Right, so 3-rack lead for Rabih. He called the 10 there. Now again, these two players haven't played in this tournament. And Rabih would have been in for a big disappointment there because I'm pretty certain he's got no clue that if he'd potted the 10 ball there, he wasn't winning the rack. And he might well have been confused. And then we would have had a 20-minute discussion on that fact. So let's hope neither of them combo the 10 early in the rack because we will have to explain to them. Now here's a chance for a billiard. Watch this. Kristjan's going to either call the billiard or play the combo, and then he's going to be gutted when this 10 ball comes up. Watch this. Commentator's prediction. What's the bets? Oh, the cue ball's gone south anyway. Well, boom. So much. Thank God for that. I'm glad that happened. It saves us a lot of explanation. How about some elevator music? This sounds like a really corny pool hall with crap background music, doesn't it? How the hell do I stop that now? Right, that's it. No, I don't have a Jesus voice either, Cobra. I mean, you can come up with all the name choices you want. I don't have one. Right, so we've now got a 4-rack lead here for Rabih. It looks as if he's going to pull away. And that was a poor safety there by Kristjan, because I think he's left enough of this 2-ball showing. Yeah, way too much. That should cut in. Caught the 10-ball full in the face though. Good evening to Mooncake. How many have we got on YouTube? Let me have a look. We've got 9 on YouTube. Well, 8, 9 if you include myself. And I don't know how many's on Twitch. And I don't know whether there's anybody on. Nobody watches. Has anybody ever gone to my VP4 channel on YouTube? Not YouTube, Facebook. No, nobody's been on to my Facebook channel. A real Poland power voice. Oh, I've got that. Hang on a minute, I'll get that for you. I'll find that one. Just give me a second.
Hello, my name's Stub. Hey.
That was Stubbs' voice. Now, has he called this 6-ball anywhere? I don't think he has. Gregor Fisher and his wife and I think, was it 2 daughters, were in front of me in Kilmarnock Town Centre many moons ago. This was when he was making Rabih Nisbet at the time, because he used to live locally. He lived in a little village outside Kilmarnock, and he and his wife are having an argument in front of me. I'll tell you something else. When I worked in the old curry store, I served. You know the guy that played McLaren in Porridge. I served him. He came into our store one day, and I served him. I also sold a fridge to Mrs. Mack out to Take the High Road. Very nice woman, who is no longer with us, but then again, not many people saw Take the High Road. I also served. He worked with the SFA. He worked at Celtic for a little while. What do you call it? And he was a Rangers player, and I've totally forgotten his name. But I spoke to him in store one time. That's the celebrities I've met. Now, if Brian Bliss is doing a sat-nav voice, it wouldn't be a proper Brian Blissed if he wasn't effing and blinding it out all over the place. He swears like a trooper, Brian Blissed. And you've got to watch that clip of Brian Blissed with, what do you call him, Stephen Fry, where Stephen Fry made a programme about language or about swearing. I can't remember, but it's on YouTube. It's absolutely hilarious with Brian Blissed in it, where he's got his hand in a glass of iced water, and he's trying to see how long he can keep his hand in it. You want to hear the language coming from him. Oh, he's really funny. Clint Eastwood as a sat-nav. That sounds cool. So here we go with the combo in the 9, or the bank on the 8, is it? Oh, he's playing the bank. Thought he was going to play the combo there, but could also play the billiard. That ain't getting there. So, chance for Kristjan to steal one back. Got to get out of that 10. Right, so again, just get the cue ball track in the right direction. He's judged the pacing that well. Oh, so you've got a Brummie accent. So he sounds like Godber out of porridge. Or he sounds like Roy Wood. Or he sounds like Lenny Henry. That's when Lenny Henry's doing his Brummie accent. Because Lenny Henry's too posh now. So Kristjan back to within 3. Rabih trying to duck. And I think he's got there. Yeah. I'd be doing this all night if this was me. I'd be just ducking and diving like that, using all those balls for cover. And, you know, you're getting ball in hand, take what you can get, and then if you don't think you can get good in the next one, bury him again. Oh, you need to get yourself in Discord, Cobra. If anything, just for a laugh. Just so we can all laugh at you. Yeah, Lenny Henry was from Dudley. Is Dudley not like a little district of Birmingham, just outside Birmingham? Well, get yourself voice mod, Cobra, then you can come on as whoever you want to be. Nobody will know it's you. Now, I couldn't even tell you where the Black Country is. I just imagine that the Black Country's somewhere in central England. That's all I imagine where it is. But it's obviously within a set region of towns, the Black Country. A bit like the Bermuda Triangle. It's England's version of the Bermuda Triangle. They call it the Black Country. Meanwhile, Rabih, well, let's put it this way: if he can get the seven and hold the cue ball, because he's cutting this a bit too much, this 7 ball. Well, I've watched Jay Leno interviewing people. There's a couple of videos on YouTube with Jay Leno asking Americans about different countries, and you know, asking various questions about other countries in the world, and going by the answers that some of those American people gave. The assumption that we make is that American people are pretty dumb. I mean, God bless them. I mean, these people were completely ignorant. You know, oh, you've got to watch it to see some of the answers. These people are completely bamboozled. They live in the United States. They have no interest in what's going on in the world elsewhere. They have no geographical bearing. Not a clue in what's happening in the rest of the world, these people. Oh, there's loads of different American accents. Good God. I mean, there's people speaking a language that you wouldn't even understand, even though it's meant to be English. I'm not talking about, you know, Hispanics or anything like that. I'm talking about, you know, genuine accents from one end of the country, north to south and east to west. Now, if you want a good laugh, just go into YouTube and type in Jay Leno asking about, you know, or whatever. You'll see the video is bound to pop up. And these bewildered people he's stopping in the streets, I'm surprised to even know where they live. That's how dumb they are. And some of them are educated people. Some of them are going to, you know, college and whatever. That's going to scratch. Yeah, Kristjan's going downhill fast here. If Rabih just could hold himself together, he can take this match right away. Now, just hold the cue ball and leave that thin cut in the 4 and you'll get up for the 5. Or at least you'll get the cue ball tracking in the right way. Now, he's got to cut this and go to the long rail on the right. Now, if he gets lucky, he'll find the gap. He doesn't need to do a great deal of fancy footwork with the cue ball, other than play the cut and use the angle and let it run. The only danger is scratching. But if he starts being elaborate here, like you think he maybe is trying to do, no, he's doing the right thing. Now, if it bumps the 8 or misses it, fine. And that's well done. And that sets you thinking that he's actually thought about that shot. Now, is he holding it for the 6 on the side? Yes, he is. See, this is how things become a lot more simple. When you're thinking about what you're doing, you're thinking about where the cue ball's running. And when the balls are there to be ran out, then suddenly you can run the table. That one where they were putting slogans on each other's cars, and then they went to the wrong town. They stopped for fuel, and that woman, she took it in a bad way, and she decided to call the boys, and they had to leg it. They had to make a hasty retreat. Oh dear. Well, is this another gift for Kristjan if he can thin cut this or call the bank? Oh, here we go. Here's the spam button. That's a rip-off, that, anyway, plus the fact that you're risking getting your account stopped trying to buy subscribers. I watched videos with guys that actually tested that. It's a complete rip-off. YouTube are onto all that sort of stuff. They'll very quickly kill the subscribers. It's a load of bull. I'm quite happy to go the long, slow plod way. I have been since 2007 and I'm still well short of 1,000 subscribers. I noticed I've got 390 subscribers, I think, on Twitch now. And I'm not really bothered about how many subscribers there are on Twitch. I just want them to subscribe to YouTube as well. You know, subscribe to Twitch if you want, and watch it on Twitch if you want, but subscribe to YouTube. That's more important than anything else. hit the like button. There's another thing I keep forgetting to ask you to do. Hit the like button. One Pocket Slim had a nap. You're not missing a lot. You've got Rabih having built up a little lead here, but not really killing off Kristjan yet. That's basically how it's going. And having mentioned that, now that Slim's here, 28 minutes before the match between Albinario and Popman starts, and then you can all jump over to Slim's Twitch channel. Keep an eye on that match. You can give me updates on it, because this bloody match won't be over when that one starts. And I might pop in and watch it for a wee bit before I go to bed. See if Popman can get his 8 racks that I've given him to. I've given 8 racks to Popman as a target. Oh, the yawning started now. It's gone 8:30. The old body clock shutdown mode has been activated, I'm afraid. I think I need to do a bit of messing about to try and keep me awake. Let's do a bit of messing about. Oh, wait a minute, I've had a message from Stub. I will now give you the message. And it says, tell Jose, let's go on... What? Tell, and I'll tell you how he spells it. Tell Joezay. Tell Jose, let's go, or Iskander. What the hell does that mean? Iskander, missiles, will find him K. That came in at 21 minutes past 8. So Stub is awake. Is it a missile? Is it an Iskander? Never bloody heard of it. You're right, I'm just like a big child cobra. In fact, see, for that, you're getting one of them. Start a Jaws. The Jaws theme. Oh, you talking about stuff? Well, I'm a big child anyway. Here's some things that I haven't tried out. Oh, I've tried out that one before. Well, you're a rocker, Cobra, you should like that. Now, Kristjan doesn't want to hook himself behind that 10. I think he has done. Or he might not be able to see all of the 9. Right, that's annoying, that. So Rabih now, just roll this up the rail, don't catch the jaw, and he's widened the gap. It's actually went to the rail first and it's held the line. So it's going to be 12-7. Rabih now up, people got to come either up way or up the wide way, but the wide way involves scratch. That's always a danger.
That's the come one. That's the Don. That's the Don. The Don is in the building.
Well, here we go again. Kristjan coming to the table. Needs to come off that 5 ball. Come back past the 6. Which he's done. Got himself 2 straight though. So a little dink back. But again, the control of the cue ball is the big problem that Kristjan's got. He hasn't refined any sort of good touch there. Now, how's he come out of it though? Well, the 9 ball will be called unless... Now, that 7 would get off the back of the 9. I think I would still call the 7 here and play that to the rail. It's bound to go in off the back of the 9, I think, that 7 ball. Looks like it to the commentator's eye, but he's called the 9. Now what's happened is he lost his... Oh no, he is there. I thought he'd lost his connection. Well, he's called the 9, played it well, kept the 7 in play. Now, this is just a bit straight, so all you do is dink it in and leave yourself the long 8 up table. You don't need to try and do anything crazy. He has done. Again, risking a scratch, but he's got away with it. Well, he could have done with coming off the rail. But you'd expect him to roll this in, give it all the pace it needs just to get to the pocket and get in, give it a good chance. And it goes. So the lead is now 6. And I don't think Kristjan is ever going to get out of this. It's now just a matter of time. But we are an hour and 42 minutes into this match. And there still might be a chance it'll be inside the 2 hours if Rabih wins the next 4 racks. And he's a nice bump in the 2. Bump to 3 well into play. Now, how much angle's he got in this 2? Yeah, he's got too much now. Now, do you pot this plain ball and catch the 5 and hope you're still in the 3? No, he hasn't. Well, now, if you're confident you play this up table to hold for the 4, don't you? Because you're running away from the 3 playing this, but to play the right shot, you take the more difficult shot up table and you hold for the 4. Now that just hasn't got the legs. I mean, it's bedhead territory, but this is one of these attempted runouts where the cue ball's going nowhere in particular, and you're just hoping you get a sight on the object ball. It's one of them that a lot of VP players end up playing, where you're just potting balls and letting the cue ball run, and you're just hoping you get a shot in the next one. Basically because there's not been a shot yet where it's been controlled. That's been controlled better though. And now he's good. Now everything's good here. Now you see, I think he was maybe feared at getting into the cue ball too much there in case he went to the side pocket. But I think he could have been a wee bit more firm with that. But he's still got a good angle on the 6, so it's all about judging the pace and deciding whether he's holding this for the side pocket or probably letting it run up table. That looks the safest route, but he's going to end up long again. Well, he did try and hold it for the 7. And once again, Kristjan's got an opportunity to nip one back. This needs to keep running. It needs to keep going to open out the angle. So 15 minutes to go. Slim will be warming up the stream. Well, this is going to be nice on the 9. It's just going to spin around the corner. Now, nice and firm with this. Now, you see, he's trying to run it with spin and he's ended up way down in the short side. What he needed to do was a nice firm stunt and let the cue ball roll up to the open area of the table. So there's a lot of shot types missing on evidence tonight in getting there, getting the cue ball to that area. And it's simply down to, not knowing how to play the shot. So, Rabih, he's the one that gets the gift this time. And ball's going in. He's got a thin cut in the 1. He's bound to have some sort of sight in the 2 ball. This cue ball will go back across the rails a couple of times here. But he might get lucky and get right into the middle of the table for this 2 ball. Well, he's played it controlled. And that isn't really that bad, apart from the fact he's going away from the 5 ball. And there's a lot of traffic up there. Now, What he could do is risk the scratch the side and really dig into this cue ball and draw off that to get right into it. But there's a big scratch in danger here, maybe, if he's brave enough to have a go at it. In fact, he might run into the 8. Yeah, he didn't draw it enough. He didn't get into it enough. So now he's having to kick. I'd probably go up and down onto the 5 and call it into the top left-hand corner pocket, just for the hell of it. Now, well, that's what he's going to do. Now, let's get the doodle working here. No, that was he didn't even give us a chance to get the doodle working. But he needed to come down that line there for that line there. So here we are again. Is Kristjan going to get the job done, or is it going to be another gift for Rabih? This looks maybe a slight angle the other side of the 7. Oh dear. Well, I think Kristjan just hoping this match gets over sooner rather than later, and it more than likely will. I don't know whether Rabih can see enough of that to pot it, but the bank's good. I mean, the bank up and down is very good odds. Now, he's got to get the pace right. You know, slamming this is no good unless you nail the line. But if you give it the right pace like that, which isn't bad, just didn't quite have the line. But he's got second prize. Well, Kristjan's got the hit, and he's going to come up smelling the roses. Well, maybe he deserved a wee roll of the ball here or there. Not a bad result either. Yes, it cuts. Now, what's Kristjan doing here? Top left. Well, again, if you're thin cutting this, you've still got to get a hold of the cue ball a wee bit here, because you don't want to run into the 8. Maybe there was too much angle really to get a hold of that. So, once again, Kristjan, with 4 balls to pot. Now this needs that little stun drop. He's just overcooked it. Just overcooked it. Bit too much power in it. It was coming back in a good enough direction, but too heavy. And another chance goes a begging. Now, how does that look from there? Well, it will cut in. That 9 will cut. Cue ball just running all over the table, but the 9 will cut. Well, he's called it into the side though. Had a slam at it. Oh, surely this time. And don't call me Shirley. And again, he's overcut it. So I think Kristjan's done for the night. I think he's been done for quite a while, to be honest with you. Eight minutes to go until Potman and Albinario lock heads. And Rabih, 15-7 in front. Kristjan breaking off. Oh, Boris is back. I noticed he was back the other night there. He disappears for 2 or 3 months and then he gets time off. And then he's here to make the most of what he can get in VP4. Big yawn again. Well, this time Rabih gets the roll of the ball. Although, in one sense, he was playing it in such a way that he was going to be on that 3-ball up top, so he's got the best of both worlds there. Had he potted that to it. Well, no prizes for guessing where I'm going with the cue ball. I'm heading up behind that 10-ball, that's where I'm going. And that's where Rabih should be going as well. He's going all out for the bank, you know. That's a missed call. He's got on the 3, fair play to him again. And here we go again. Here's Kristjan with balls to pot. But again, straight away, he's blown it in the first shot. Missed call right out the bat. Well, this match never got off the ground. None of the players have lit any torches. Rabih's just been the better of the two of them. That's about it, but certainly the prospects for Rabih's future aren't that great, I don't think. Because we'll have a quick check and see who he plays next. Are we going to get a combo in the 10 here where we finally see whether Rabih knows that the 10 ball is going to come up? Is he just pushing through for the safety? Now there's the wiser move. Although Steve would be saying, well, that's a terrible kick shot safety because the kick shot's on the 7. Steve wouldn't be impressed with that. Oh dear. And Rabih might go for the 3 fouls here. I don't know whether he can get away though. I think he can kill that. Although he's jabbing down a bit much though. Yeah. And would you believe it? There's a gap. He's landed right in the gap. Well, I don't know whether the two of them are a bit nervous because they know that I'm streaming this. Maybe that's part of it as well. Well, the numbers are dwindling on YouTube. I think most of the guys will have already headed over waiting on Slim. We've got 3 minutes to go, so Slim should be up and running. His countdown should be on at the moment. And meanwhile, if Rabih doesn't scratch the side and he rolls this 10 in, he'll be on the hill. Now there's a good film. You know, when we were talking about movies the other night, have any of you guys ever seen The Hill? Anybody that's still there, that is. Has anybody ever watched a movie called The Hill? Because that's a brilliant British film. Filmed in black and white with Sean Connery in it. And it's about oh well, you've got to watch that. It's set in the British Army. I think they're out in the desert somewhere. And Sean Connery's in it. Roy Kinnear's in it. Who else is in it? There's a lot of good British actors in it. There's a Scottish actor in it, and I can't remember his name, but I'll tell you, the Scottish actor, Ian Bannon, I think it is. Ian Bannon played Robert the Bruce's father in Braveheart. You know, when Robert the Bruce goes to talk to his father, whose face is all mangled up with leprosy by the look of him. That's Ian Bannon. He's in that film. He's in the Hill. And that's exactly what it is. The punishment that they had in the barracks was a big sandhill in red hot temperatures, blazing sun, and they were forced to run up and down this sandhill. But it's also about a death within the barracks, I think, as well. So it's a very good film. We're talking about great films that a lot of people wouldn't give even a second thought at looking at. So I'm giving you a recommendation. Find The Hill and go watch it. It's bound to be on. It might even be on YouTube. But it's a very good film. Sean Connery's excellent in it. Proper acting by Sean Connery. None of your 007 stuff. But proper dramatic acting in it. So here we go. We may well be getting there. We've got Rabih on 16, Kristjan on 7, where he seems to have been in for an eternity. But if Rabih can get this cue ball out, maybe in the gap between the 10 and the 9, he should be good to finish the job off here. Yeah, I bet you Steve's never seen The Hill either. I'll need to remember to ask Steve. Again, being a British film, probably a lot of Americans would. I doubt very much whether the American network would ever have showed that film on any channels over there. Because the Americans would probably treat that as a foreign film, like a foreign language, and give it no mind at all. Well, Rabih can't get the job done. So Kristjan's on his last lifeline here. And it goes. Cue ball needs a bump. So he may well survive one more. So Potman and Albinario will be underway now. And again, I've jinxed Kristjan. But this time it's all over. Yeah, I'll tell you, it is a great film. I mean, I don't tell you something's a good film and make it up. I'm telling you it's a good film and make sure you get a chance to watch it. So, well done to Rabih. He was the better of the two. A 17 racks to 7 winner. Quick look and we'll see how that shapes up. And if we go down, now where the hell was it? There we are. And Interchange X is now waiting on the winner of this match. So Interchange X will be the strong favourite in that. He should be way too good to take Rabih out. And good luck when that comes around. So, final check on what's left. We've got Coldest Pillow and Hazeri on Monday at 1 in the afternoon my time. As I say, I'll still be at work. We've got Cobra against Bankster on the Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. At GMT. I will be there for that. And Fast Eddie Inspector Dawn on Thursday at 7:15 p.m. I'll be there for that one. I won't be there for Spud Boy Bullabog. So that is it, folks. Thanks for watching. Get yourself headed over to Slim's channel. I'll pop in and have a look. And I'll see you again sometime soon. So take care and good night.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Good night, ladies.